Hi everyone, I'm Adam from Trade with Precision and welcome to Vantage Markets Inside the Chart. So let's just have a quick look. Let's start off with the dollar index. A major thing here on the monthly time frame, breaking through major levels of support on its way down. I'm not really seeing too much in its way until we head down towards 96 at least. So this week I am expecting euro dollar certainly to potentially move up higher. And although we might find ourselves with a brief retracement, I'm expecting this to continue to head higher. The same actually here with GBP. The only thing I do note is some continued divergence. So at some point there is a possibility of a bit of a sideways movement from cable against that. Aussie dollar, US dollar as well, also looking relatively flat. It's got some resistance levels I'd like to see us break through as well as that dollar weaken. So it's more than likely that we will see the dollar actually weaken and create breakthroughs as opposed to necessarily being Aussie dollar strength or Kiwi dollar strength. Having a look here at dollar yen continues to put in slightly higher lows here. It still seems to be moving more to the upside there. Some of those euro yen, pound yen cross pairs also looking particularly good. Interesting here, just having a look again at dollar CAD, we've got this bullish divergence and a possibility therefore we might have some sideways consolidation or possible change of trend, which is likely to be just part of a weekly retracement, just because we've had some quite strong moves to the downside. So we're seeing a mixture of different things here. Seeing both the dollar continuing to look weak, breaking through key levels, but also seeing some of the other majors looking a little bit overstretched and possibly considering a bit of a consolidation. Moving on and having a look here at dollar SISI. Some really nice solid breaks here. Again, could offer some decent opportunities this coming week, just with any kind of pullbacks here into testing resistance, testing support as resistance. So in this situation, I'll be looking for price to come back up here, pull in towards the 10 and 20 moving averages, and then looking for a bearish candle to form in this area before potentially continuing down, further down. Let's move along and have a quick look at gold. So gold now in a downtrend on the daily, breaking through a few lows here, more than likely executing a bit of a weekly correction. So I'm looking for this to head down towards 3,200, at least a little bit further down before potentially finding some strength. It looks also very much as though it's in the early stages of possibly forming a bit of a monthly rejection, which means that in the coming months in July, we could see a deeper correction down towards 3,000. Having a look here at crude oil as well. Crude oil having a bit of an eventful week last week. Big moves to the upside, also big moves to the downside. So right now, it's not really moving at this point in time. It is still very much in an uptrend structure on the daily, but also from a higher time frame, also under a lot of heavy selling pressure here. You can see these strong wicks above, and therefore I think there's more downward pressure. And it wouldn't surprise me if we do see crude oil actually head lower over the coming days. Then let's have a look at Bitcoin as well very quickly. Also looking relatively healthy. Again, for a while, this has actually been performing quite well, but it is battling with this 107, 108,000 level. Especially on the weekly here, you could see just wicks struggling to get through that. But this also potentially forming a bit of a bull flag. So what I'm going to be looking for this week is a break back up above this previous high, back up above 108,700. So if we do that, we're likely to form a continuation to the upside, and Bitcoin is looking relatively strong compared to everything else. Let's have a look at the Dow. So the Dow finishing strong last week. Now very much, especially when we look at it from a monthly perspective, very much pushing back up towards those highs, even from a weekly perspective. We could see a solid week last week, closing high. For now, my expectation is to see this continue to head higher over the coming days. Moving on and having a look at the S&P as well, you can see also again continuing to push higher. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence here, meaning that there's an implication that we might go into a bit of a consolidation mode, but at the same time we are reaching new highs, and so the market is most definitely more bullish than it is anything else. We're well above that 50-period moving average on the weekly. We've produced a higher low. So again, this week my expectation, cautiously bullish and optimistic. NASDAQ as well, also finishing very strong for the week. Again, strong higher lows and a strong uptrend on that weekly, well above that 50-period moving average, very much in bull market, territory market, sorry. And yes, so for now, again, aside from any pullbacks, I would see those as potential buying opportunities. Let's have a quick look at the UK, just a comparison. We can see this taking a bit of a pullback. So from a weekly perspective, seeing a retracement here back into the moving averages, back into support, and a nice bullish candle forming here. So if we do break the high here, I then expect this to take another run at the highs. And then just lastly, let's have a look at the DAX. The DAX also pulling back into the moving averages on the weekly, finishing up with a strong bullish candle. And again, for the most part, aside from a little bit of bearish divergence there, everything else about the markets right now is looking bullish. And so this week, my expectation is to see them continue to push higher. So there we go, ladies and gents. The markets that have been relatively sideways for a couple of months now appear to be moving across the board in not just currencies, commodities, as well as the indices. So let's still stay frosty, but otherwise liking some of these market moves.